welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings, Lady D. I'm your host, Lady D, and today I'm actually broadcasting from my cousin's house. So she is an artist, and I just thought I wanted to show you some of her artwork, which is coming up behind me here. I might even take my computer just a bit over there so you can see the artwork. And I was actually thinking of having her maybe even on soon, just so she can explain a bit about her artwork and what she does, because she is looking at selling the artwork, and she makes individual pieces too. So I just wanted to get it a bit closer so that you are able to see some of her really fabulous artwork that she has here. Trying to get down. So this is some the purple one here, but the blue one, if I can turn around. Oops, missing that. Turn around here. This one is one of my favorites, and she's doing a peacock one, but she hasn't finished yet. But she's actually going to be selling these at the Mind Body Spirit Expo. But I might have her on either just after the expo, where she can talk about her paintings and how she does them, and she personalizes them as well. They're really fantastic artwork. We're quite creative in my family. Not only intuitive beings, they're also quite creative. So even myself, I do my cakes and other things. But okay, so I just want to talk about what is happening, because being with the Jupiter that we have now in Aries, we are all getting more motivated. I've been feeling last couple of days so much more motivated, even getting up in the mornings. I have found it to be like easier and feeling more motivated. So the energy I feel like is coming in, and it's about being creative, doing it, but putting that spark and being more motivated to coming out there. That we do have that energy in Aries. Now, also this week coming up, what we have is we've got the lunar eclipse, which will be happening on the 16th of May at 11:32 a.m. That's in my time in Sydney. So unfortunately for me, where I am, I won't be seeing the solar eclipse, or the lunar eclipse, sorry, but it's in the morning. But if you can on the other side of the world where it's a bit darker, you will be able to see the eclipse. And it might also affect that part. Usually wherever the shadow casts is where the parts of the world it does affect. I remember the eclipses we had last year, and it did hit Australia, and there were things that came up in Australia last year. So this one will be in Scorpio, and it's actually going to also be squaring Saturn. So when we're dealing with Scorpio energy, we're dealing in the unknown. We're dealing, water signs are intuitive, but with that Scorpio energy, it can be a little bit deceptive. I always say Scorpios make very loyal friends, and they're very protective of their family and protective of their friends, but you don't want to double cross a Scorpio because they have that stinger. So I always say, I was saying, they never make an enemy of a Scorpio because you'll feed their wrath. But so this is also about taking, like, as I always say, don't go into the fear. So this can be a time where we all have to face our fears coming up. It also can be dealing with past, could be problems with our emotions. But I feel like it's like we're going through this transformation because Pluto actually rules Scorpio, and Pluto in astrology is all about that phoenix, that energy that rises up and change. And just like my cousin with her artwork, years ago she didn't do artwork. She's done that within the last, I think, now 5 to 10 years that she's been doing that and getting better and better. So we're going through this change. We're all like going through this change, or this purging of where we're looking at. And it's about the seeds that we've been planting to try, fulfill, to try and move forward. And it's looking at which one of these are starting to blossom, which ones are not. What do we need to change in our lives to where we want to go forward, because we can't go backwards. We have to keep moving. So I do feel like with this lunar eclipse coming up, it is going to be about the shedding of, I guess, ourselves and the changes, and noticing how much we've grown, how much we've changed, and looking at being inspired. Don't just sit in the same energy, because with that Aries energy that we've got coming in, it is all about moving, taking that action, moving forward. It is not about being stuck behind. So this also can bring about trust issues and loyalty issues. I said that Scorpio is very loyal, so it can bring up loyalty issues too. We are in this unstable Earth that's coming in, so we are all trying to, find our way and find our feet in a world that's very unstable at the moment, and to see where we all fit in and how we can all go forward, because we're all trying to be, even our creative in our money systems, how we can we earn more money? What can we do in our businesses? What can we do to even improve our way of being? Is also where we're looking at. But also, we've also got this coming this week. We have Mars and Neptune meeting together. That's on the 18th. So, with this energy, do you might find you don't get as frustrated or as angry? Whenever I see in someone's chart, there's either Neptune going over the Mars or near Mars, I always say to them, you don't get as angry as much as you did before. And they go, yeah, that's right, because I feel like that Neptune will sort of dim that Mars energy, but it also can be like limitless. Like if you go out and have a good night, you might just think that, oh, I'll have one more drink, or I'll have, stay a bit longer. So it is about that limitless energy where we don't see our limits or limitations that could be coming up with that. But as I also say, it could be like our anger and our frustration might be hidden. We might not get as angry, or might not feel as frustration where we're going. Could also be taking more action with spirit, like being more in tune, more in line, maybe doing more activities where that can happen. And it's about, as I was saying, like you really have feel like with this transit that's coming in, knowing your boundaries. So don't go into the energy of that limitless boundaries where everything's limitless. We can have that one more drink, or we can eat that extra cake, or we can try and push ourselves to where we are, where we should have stopped maybe, 10 minutes ago or an hour ago, or do we need rest? But it is much of that action when we're coming into that, when Mars gets into Aries, it's going to be, well, even more action and more things heating up in the world. Then we've got this week too, we've got Venus meeting up with Chiron in Aries. So Venus, creativity, it's love, it's money. But meeting up with Chiron, this can bring some pain, some issues with those things, because I always say it there is a bit of healing with Chiron. It is the rooted healer, but I also see it as pain. So just watch out this week. There could be some issues coming up with relationships, love, finances could be coming up where, you're, as I always say, you got to look at where the seeds you're planting and what you're trying to manifest, or what you're trying to really create in your life, to look at and decide, what's working out. Try and focus on one thing at a time. Try not to have too many things at once going, because you might be that limited energy. We want to focus on one thing, and where we're going to get those sparks or those nuggets, those things that are going to come up for us, that they will come up for us. It's about also not giving up and being determined. So that energy, it won't be here for a long time, just perhaps this week, and then energy should go off and the relationship will be better. So if anything arises, do come up with love with you. Just be patient and know that, in a week's time, it'll be okay. Just to think, okay, I know that now. I'll be aware of that. That's what I tend to do. And we don't want to fall into traps this week. So we really need to listen to our intuition and know where we're going to go to the future, and to where we want to go to. But let's take some calls now. And if we have some time, we'll do some cards, and I may even get to show you some more paintings of my cousin's artwork. And I'd love to get her on to interview her sometime soon, so she can talk about it properly. But if you want to know more about her artwork, contact me, and I'll forward you on. So here we got Jane. Jane here in New York, or York. J- Jen from in York, Marine, USA. Hi, Jen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How can I help you today?
I've never had a reading or anything before, so I'm not even sure what direction to go in. But I
Okay.
guess a lot of my questions would be people from the past and where the future is.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay. Um, Actually, today I did have a person. I can see a person in uniform, and I was wondering whether or not he's here with me now. So this could be for you, this loved one that I have, this man that I have in spirit. So I feel like, do you know of you? Do you have a person in spirit that's passed over that was in the forces?
Yes,
Um, no, is this the Navy? Is correct? Is that the Navy? Was it the army?
Um, Air Force.
It's okay. Air Force. Okay. All right. Um, okay. So because he's giving me a salute. So this morning when I was looking, he's giving me a salute, and I was like, oh, okay. I wonder if he's for here. I feel like he was structured, but there's something about limit us with like being limited or not limited by boundaries. Because as I'm talking about my little speech earlier on, I do feel like he was listening and he could relate to that. I do feel like this man had a bit of a sweet tooth, so I do feel like maybe he liked ice cream. He like him, but he's a very fit person. I do see him as that slim build in his uniform, and quite proud of himself to be serving his country and doing all that he can for his nation as well. So, he's talking about a sister. So, is this your brother in spirit, or does he have a sister? This man has a sister?
Um, well, it depends because I have many people that were from my past, and people that have recently passed that were military. So it'd be hard
Hmm.
to say which one it is.
That's
Because after
okay.
you
Let me
said
just see.
Army, I got to thinking I have somebody else that recently passed that was Army.
Okay. Okay, all right. Let me just see where we go. I can get more information with this as well. Okay, I feel like this man he did leave behind a child too. Um, and I feel like that he was very encouraging. And he knew what he wanted. He knew what he wanted to do. And I did feel like he liked. I kind of feel like he liked being in the water, or he would like to do some fishing, or like this is a man's. I feel like he liked to do like man, like sort of sports. If he'd go out, like I feel like he would do like fishing, or even perhaps even like even hunting. So I feel like he's like a man's kind of guy. I do feel like he was quite strong and quite passionate in his beliefs, in what he believed in, and what people think. I don't feel like his mind wouldn't change. Whenever he would make his mind up. It wouldn't change with him, and um, I do feel like he's quite religious as well. So, because he's telling me he's very religious, and I don't feel like he would be open to this sort of this if he was still here with us. Let me see what's the
Okay.
message. Let's see. He's just telling me to tell you that you need to open up. It's like open up your heart, open up more, and he wants you to show a bit more, say bit more courage. He sees you that you're feeling really down. I feel like it's, we get to feel this down, and he's saying, just it's okay. Just take one day at a time. Open yourself up to the good things in life that are going to be coming into you soon. He's saying, because you don't want to let the world just pass you by. Um, Now he's still talking about the sister, so I don't know if if you're his sister or there's another sister there. Let me just see where we can go here with the sister. I feel like the sister he's talking about, they were quite close, and he's telling me that that there's a missing. Of course, there's missing, but he's just in. I guess confirming or just showing me that how much missing in the space between it there is now. But even when he was here, there was communication. There was this closeness, this bond with her as well. Um, but it's showing me like a baby. Is someone pregnant, or they're gonna? It could be news coming. I'm seeing like a pregnant belly. So I'm seeing someone they're sort of holding their back and they've got a pregnant belly. So if I see that, I don't know if there's something on the way, or if someone is currently pregnant, or they're trying. But I do see that, so I feel like that there's baby. But I see him holding a baby too. So I feel like he had a child here, at least one child here. Would you know of that?
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Yes.
Okay, great.
I think it's my uncle.
Okay, cool. Um, and then he's just saying, he wants something to be commemorated by, or memory. So I am seeing some. I don't know if someone has like a candle with his picture, like some sort of like shrine or just memory. He's showing me that too, and he's saying like, don't forget about me. It's like very important to remember him. But he just feels very honored to be able to be within the family and be within there. Now, I just want to give you a quick quick thing with the cards. Let's have just see where we're going with you coming up in the future. Um, okay, you've got lady in spirit too with you. This is an older woman that I've got with me with you. I do feel like she had a mobility issue. She may have had like a walking stick as she got older. And she could have been very, very stubborn, wouldn't budge, but at the same time, a very nice I feel like she had a nice, like a two sides to this lady. She didn't budge, but she was very nice too. Okay, I'm just trying to get some future things for you coming up. Um, and I do say too, I feel like she had a sweet tooth. She keeps, I'm trying to get some future things coming up for you. She keeps interrupting me. Because I feel like she'd like to talk, like to know that she's known. But I can see her trying to reach for sweet stuff, and she's being tapped like she shouldn't have been able. I don't think when I see that, maybe she shouldn't have been eating as many sweets or a sweet food, but she did have a bit of a sweet tooth. Okay, let me just see here. So I'm trying to get something for you coming up. Let's see. Look, everything at the moment, I feel like it's a bit of a roller coaster, but I do feel like it's going to calm down. This lady in spirit's there to help you as well, give you that support. But she also wants you to give a bit of a budge, and she's linking arms with you and leading you out outside. You've got animals there in spirit too. You've got so many people in spirit around you. I even see like there's a dog there in spirit with you, and the message is just to know that you are loved and that you have all this spirit around you, and they're on your team, and they're wanting you to just to not don't let people put you down, or don't hide away from the world. Go out there and shine. But I'll leave it there with you, Jane. I hope that helped you. And I'll just go on to the next caller. But thank you for calling up today.
Thank you.
That's okay. So next we have Nicole. So she's from Baton, in Louisiana. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? How can I help you?
I've been finding feathers at work, and I was just wondering who was around me.
You've been finding spirit at work, you say?
Yes, yes,
Okay. All right. I feel like you're starting to open up. I feel like your third eye or your intuition or whatever you want to call it, I do feel like it's starting to open up. So I feel like when you're seeing the spirit, you're seeing it in your peripheral vision. So it's like out here, not directly on. And I feel like for myself, I tend to see a lot of spirit, like shadows. That's how I see spirit is shadows. And when people talk passionate about something, I'll usually see their aura, and then from that, it might change into a person beside them. So I just feel like you're really starting to open up and being more intuitive, but more connected to the other side as well. I feel like they kind of we call them like walkthroughs or pass by. So I don't feel like it's anyone. It's just spirit just doing its thing and walking past. You do have a lot of spirit on the other side. I feel like you've got animals too. I do feel like you're another person who has a lot of animals in spirit. I'm seeing a cat, um, a cat and a dog. But are you a person that really cares for animals?
yes,
Because I see all these animals over the
very much so.
side, and it's like we used to have an ad here in Australia where it was for the RSPCA, and have all these animals walking across the screen with that have bandages either on their leg, and like they would just be walking across the screen. It was advertised for the RSPCA, and that's what I'm seeing with you. I just see all these animals that are like in spirits. I feel like you're a very like an animal lover, advocate like for animals. I'm the same way. I love animals, sometimes more than people, but I do see them there, and I feel like
Absolutely.
you're here to help them. To even like I'm seeing like I know you probably don't have a pet panda, but I'm even seeing a panda. So that could be a totem animal. Or can even be like a meaning for you. Um, but yeah, just see these animals with you as well. What I'm saying to you, I do feel like you need to. I feel like this is something you really want to open up more to. I do feel like you could be like an animal intuitive with with your talents and what you have, and I do feel like that side may even open up next year for you. If you wanted to do it this year, you could try. But I get saying about next year with that. But I feel like sitting in meditation, opening up, connecting to your guides, it's really going to help you. And I always get this feeling that you want to help people as well. Like you want to, like serve a spirit, but you want to help people in that are just like struggling with this. Um, and I do feel like you've got what it takes to be able to do that. And I'd get meditation for you is the key for your third eye to really open up there for you. Let's see. Okay. And I just feel like if you find the right mentor, you
That
could
is
really go
amazing.
far. Sorry?
I
Okay.
said that is
Um,
amazing.
oh, thank you. Well, yeah, I do see that like for you, like you could be really, um, like for me when it started opening up, I used to see a lot of shadows, and then I would see things in my peripheral vision. And I remember sitting in a spiritual church, and this medium came up to me and told me I needed to develop to help people. And I feel like with you too, you need to develop so that you're able to help people. I feel like you have that helpful nature in you as well. All right, I'm just putting some cards out for you. I kind of feel like maybe you're feeling a bit down at the moment, or it could be you trying to help someone that's feeling a bit down. But it is like, our world sort of turned upside down. But it's like you navigating yourself. And I feel like at the moment, I can see, and if it's you or someone around you, but like you're digging a hole. So, things, I'm going to say, um, are not maybe not the best that you want them to be, but also I feel like you're trying to really plan your next steps or where you're going, or where you're heading. Spirituality is definitely something that you can move into. Um, as I said, with the right guidance and the right um, mentor around you, you could definitely go far with that. Um, so I had I just get this thing of you wanting to help people and to help people in need, help people who, are feeling a bit down. And I really feel like you could do the advocacy work to help others with that. But it's also coming up with you. It's like, are you ready? It's like I'm questioning myself, like, am I ready for this? Am I ready to take that step? Or how do I get further? But at the same time, you're wanting peace. Can you relate to that?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Okay. Um,
And it's with work.
okay, with work. Look, I kind of feel like at work, like I kind of want to shut it out, or it's like a garage door, and I want to shut the garage door and try something else, or try something new. Because where I am at your work, it's like things that are happening around you. It is a busy, it is a busy workplace, but I feel like I'm kind of scattered as well there. Um, Okay. Are you standing all day? What is it that you're doing at your work? Because I'm not getting a very clear picture. Like I'm getting like it's very busy there. I'm getting, but I'm not seeing you actually sitting down at a desk. But I know it's busy.
Now, I do sit down at a desk, but it is busy. It's
You do
an
sit down.
auto body collision center.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking this around the round. So I thought maybe you're standing. Okay. Um, I kind of want to move in a different direction because I feel like where you are, as I said, I feel like you're closing that door. Um, and it's like in September, I'm really seriously thinking about what to do. Should I do more study? Should I go on and do something else? I feel like that perhaps even looking for a new job. Um, and I do feel like by the end of the year, you might even be going through a new job, new career prospect that's coming in. I also feel like there's some sort of business mindset coming in for you. It's like you wanting to maybe even do your own business or look at doing something in terms of getting that started and what you're actually doing. But I think you'll get that more sort of the plan or the layer of that happening towards the end of the year. Because I feel like right now it's like thinking and creative. And I feel like there's someone at your work, I feel like it might be even your boss who could be like got the finger out. So to me, that's, a bit bossy, sort of telling you, what you should do, but not listening as well, because they just don't know. And I just feel like they know how to actually listen, because I think that there's changes that need to be made to make the work process move more smoothly. Because at the moment, there's too many people, that's that saying, too many chiefs, not so much Indians. I feel like there's people sort of doing it. It's the structure needs to be redone, because I feel like the structure is not there as it should. Can you relate to that?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, and like I
definitely,
said, by the end
especially
of
right
the
now.
yeah, I feel like by the end of the year, there's some changes coming in. I said I do feel like you're looking towards going to something new. And I feel like September, that's when you're sort of even more looking. But I feel like September, but saying by the end of the year, I do feel like there could be something new coming into. Like you're walking into a new door, and this new place that you're looking into, it's more of it's peaceful. But I do see spiritual work coming in with you as well, and opening yourself up to spirit and getting the messages and working on that side of you, because there's two sides of you. You have the side that that you want to work on, so we want to go move forward, but I do always get a business sense with you as well, which I feel like could be coming up, so the planning stages this year, but moving more into that next year. With that, do you have any questions?
No, I think you've covered everything, actually.
Okay, thank
You've
you.
covered really
um
everything.
Thank you for that. Hope you have a good week, Nicole, and I'll talk to you next time if you call up.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good Easter.
Okay. You too. So everyone, this is what I'm saying with the astrology right now. We have so much stuff going on, and things are ramping up. But don't be surprised this week when we have up. It's going to be an intense week ahead. But let's say, don't fall into traps. Know your limits to move forward, to make those changes you want to make in your life, to go where you want to go. And we're all on this ride together. We're all connected in some way. We'll find sometimes in a small world, so we're all connected. So don't forget that. But don't also, if you want to, in a few weeks I'll be at MBS in Sydney, and don't forget you can catch me. So I do have a website, Lady D Psychic Party, the same as my Facebook page. I do have an Instagram, which is Lady D Psychic, same as TikTok, Lady D Psychic. And I also have my YouTube channel, which I do weekly videos, and I do lives when I can on there as well. And that is Lady D. If you can't come up Lady D, or you can always look up Danielle Psychic. But I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead. Stay safe, stay strong, look, and just keep looking ahead, keep moving ahead, and we'll get there together where we want to go and build the lives that we want to build. So I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you for next week's show. So bye for now.